better. And so let me explain a little bit about that. And we're going to hear from the sponsor of the bill and also the departments who are going to be managing this. But just as an overview, basically, once upon a time, we had this program called the Better Way program. And it was very innovative. And I want to credit R.J. Berry, by the way, is famous for this program all around the country. It was something, even still, I get asked about from other cities. And the program basically would to really crystallize it, the city would kind of drive around and ask folks on the street if they wanted to earn a paycheck and do some cleaning up of the city, and then we would pay them for their work. And in general, especially in that era, a lot of people took us up on it. Now, times have changed, unfortunately, and there's been a number of challenges that resulted with that approach, and also challenges in our community. So you layer in, first off, COVID is really what sort of ended the whole thing. But also, we had situations where folks, they were really working for a day or two or a week, but they weren't connected to other services. They weren't really connected to a full-time job. And so that was kind of, and again, I'm sure that we would have continued to work on that. But I'm highlighting some things that are going to be new in the program that'll change. Some other challenges that we had back with that program too is that we didn't have places where we could take them, like the Gateway Center or the Gateway West, for additional support. And the other big thing is fentanyl, right? A lot of the folks on our street are dealing with addiction. We have to acknowledge that in a way that is much, much higher than it was back then. So there's also some additional safety concerns that we have to work through. And again, we really want to provide more than just a day of picking up trash. We want to provide a job that folks can actually get. So that leads us to a better way forward, which is sort of the 2.0 version of this program that we're bringing back. But it fundamentally is still about empowerment through employment. And to quote my predecessor, it is still about the dignity of work. Those are very important elements that were created in that program and that we definitely want to bring back. So what this program is basically going to do is we're going to coordinate with the folks that you see behind us over there. This is our block by block team, or Duke City Community Ambassadors. And we all know that those folks are also kind of a 2.0 of an older program too, actually from previous mayors. But what they're gonna do is we're gonna try and work with our unhoused community and provide them a day's work with that team. But that team is also hiring and expanding all over the city. And they already work with folks who are dealing with unhoused challenge situations. So they're the right entity to connect people with an actual job if it works out, right? Not just one day's work. And then we're gonna make sure with our transport, and now that we do have things like the Gateway Center and also the Gateway West, we're gonna make sure that they have access to healthcare. And that they have access to, try and get off the street and have a housing voucher. So we're going to connect those dots that weren't previously connected. And that's why this took a thoughtful plan, which council requested, and we're now providing to them, I think, formally in the next few days. But we're sharing the overview of it with you today. So with that, let's learn more about the Better Way Forward program. And let's start with our director of our SWMD department, Billy Gallegos.
Excuse me. So welcome everybody. Just a little overview. We're hoping to kick this program off here within 90 days. Like the mayor said, it takes a village to keep the city clean. So we're going to be working at keeping the city clean throughout the city. They're going to house 10 people. Will be utilized under the block by block, our Duke City ambassadors, to assist with the program. As the mayor mentioned, Duke City ambassadors already handle our downtown area, some of the uptown area. We're going to expand on that. So they will be a great addition to the team to help us with that. Folks will be making minimum wage. That's the anticipated salary amount. And again, we're hoping to kick this off in within 90 days. With that, Clean Cities, this will help us have a more quick, rapid response to cleaning up the city. We'll be able to deploy them to an area that may be have a trash spill, litter spill, weeds, additional weed complaints. So we're going to be able to expand and promote this also throughout the city. But again, this is going to bring a lot more benefit to the city of Albuquerque to help keep it clean. So with that,
All right, so and to continue to learn more about it, let's hear from the Triple H side. That's of course Housing, Health, and Homelessness, and how they're going to integrate this program into their work. Gilbert Ramirez. God, I haven't done that in a long time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Gilbert Ramirez, Director of Health, Housing, Homelessness. I spoke a little bit about this when the resolution passed, and it's an opportunity again to make sure that we are addressing part of the continuum of helping those who might be experiencing unhousedness into other opportunities. It's a continuum of care, honestly, when you look at, do we provide shelter? Do we provide housing navigation? And also looking long-term is how do individuals actually have the financial income to be able to maintain themselves, have the food that they need? And so it was a gap. This gave us the opportunity to really look at how do we engage individuals in employment. And like the mayor referenced, there's dignity in employment. And oftentimes there's a lot of strikes around individuals and being able to obtain that employment. This gives them a quick opportunity to not only engage, feel proud of the money that they're earning, and see an exit to the situation that they're in with additional help, with case management, with wraparound services. So our department is extremely proud to be a part of the partnership. This is cross-departmental, supportive council to kind of push us to get there to that point. And we are very excited to be able to say we're adding another piece to that continuum of support for individuals. Every plan for every person is unique and different. Some need that support with the financial stability, the ability to save some money to put a deposit down and get to a place of stable living. And we see this as a wonderful opportunity and the next step in the work that we do. So with that, I'll pivot back over.
All right, thanks. Okay, and just a little bit too on our partner on this, Deandra Cole from Duke City Ambassador Program.
Hi, I'm Deandra. I'm the Operations Manager of the Duke City Community Ambassador Program. So our program currently consists of hospitality, cleanliness, working with all walks of life. So we work with a lot of the unhoused population and try to provide services or get them services, direct them to services, giving directions, recommendations. So we do a wide variety of different things, not just cleaning, where a lot of people think we just do. With our program, I believe in seeing people succeed. And some people have never had a job before, and being able to teach them job responsibilities and expectations to be successful. So currently I do I have 4 unhoused and 2 in transitional living right now. So being able to work with this program and expand this program to work with employing 10 employees and teaching them the same aspects and moving them forward for success. I'm really excited and enjoy that. So. Thanks.
All right, and also want to bring up our city councilor who sponsored this, and I was just telling her that this is a good example of, I think, council and administration really working together. We'd kind of been wanting to bring this back, but sometimes it takes a little nudge, and so council did that, and they also gave us some kind of time to put it together, and so we're actually excited to report back to them on the game plan. And so let's bring up Councilor Renee Grout.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I'm really excited about this program. Back in 2022, we started looking at this program, a day labor program, and through all those conversations, Job Connect came out of those talks. And I'm really thrilled about the success of Job Connect. Over the last year, Heading Home was able to find 51 jobs for people that are working every day. And there's 131 people still in that program. So we'll be getting those people into some good jobs. But not everybody is ready for a full-time job. And so this is a program that will give some dignity to working, getting them into the loop and getting them those services that they need. And so I'm really thrilled that to hear about the program that that HHH has put together for us. Our 141 instructed them to come up with a plan and bring it back to council in 60 days. And I knew our director would be able to do that. He's got a great team behind him. So I'm thrilled to find out exactly all the real details to all of it, bring it to council, and help prepare that budget. It's important that people work. Panhandling is work, but it doesn't contribute to society. And I think that when we all work, we want to participate and work and feel good about the jobs that we're doing. So I'm thrilled that what they're coming up with, and I look forward to the success of the program. I'm just really glad that they are on board and see the need for it as well as we do. Thank you.
Okay, you want to do questions?
With that, we've got about 5 minutes left for questions. Yes.
First question, we're going to be paying these individuals. Are they going to be paid after they have done their service that same day, and how will they be paid?
I'm going to leave that to you, Mr. Billy.
So the way it works is that we have a contract, and it's going to be ran through our HHH group. They'll work for block to block, or the Duke City ambassadors, and what they'll do is they'll give them a paycheck just like anybody else. If they work a 40-hour week, they'll get a paycheck, but that will be run through our vendor, which is Duke City ambassadors.
Thank you.
Amy.
I might have missed it, but has a budget been finalized yet, or is that still in progress?
I'm going to leave that up to you, Billy, again, on the budget question.
So yes, we do have a budget. The dollar amount is not final, but again, it's going to be shared between solid waste, which we were part of the block to block, the Better Way program before, and HHH. So we'll be sharing the cost between the two departments.
Any other questions?
What was the sort of inspiration for this program to come to be?
It's an excellent question. Mayor, would you like to speak to that? The inspiration for this program to come into fruition?
Yeah. Well, early on, we tend to forget, but we had seen rising homelessness all across America, really starting back when there were changes around behavioral health and treatment. And so that was, I'm going to say, roughly about 10 years ago. And that's when the past administration actually came up with this concept. And so their inspiration, I don't want to speak for them, but they've shared many times, was really like that notion of like you just see someone who has the sign that says like we'll work for food. Weirdly, we don't see that sign anymore, but back then we did. And so the idea was, okay, the city will hire you. So that was the basis for like this originally. Now, right, we see something very different, which is that folks need services. They need to get out of sort of a cycle that keeps them on the street. But also they need to have a career path, not just one day and $20. And so that's why this new version, Better Way Forward, is in many ways, it's like 50% different than the old one, but still 50% the same.
Excellent. Any other questions? Excellent. Well, then with that, we'll wrap it up. We appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. We'll send a press release out with more details in the next hour or so. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thanks. All right. You're smart to take sunglasses.